You are listening to 15 Minutes with HB, a podcast produced by bisnation.net members.
All right, y'all, what is up? We are here, Season 3, Episode, I believe, 5. There we go. Coming in hot, even if it is a little bit, well, yeah, we're a little bit late, but these things happen. I am Yubi, joined by the Stream King.
What's up, fam? It's the Buns. Thank you guys for stopping in. We got a good juicy cast for you guys today, I can tell you that. But Yubi.
Well, do you want to go the giveaway before shoutouts or shoutouts before the giveaway?
Okay, we can do the giveaway. So, guys, Marb held us back a few weeks, but in due time, we did promise a Void Shrouded Satchel giveaway. Due to Marb's actions, it was prolonged an extra week or two. But we have a Void Shrouded Satchel giveaway, guys. Very easy to win. We have a post, and I'm going to link in the stream chat here. Retweet the post, and you're eligible to win. We're going to have the giveaway next week live on stream, and we have a very silly way that we're going to give it away.
All right, I guess that's my cue to step in here. Okay, first off, the satchel will be awarded on Bleeding Hollow Horde side. That is where I have it. That is where you can get it. And Buns, correct me if I'm wrong. It's a BOA item, so just have a tune there, and then you can, recreate and do your cool thing to put it on whatever tune you want. So that should really not be too much of an issue for you guys. I'm in the Goblin starting zone right now, so I guess making a level 1 Goblin would help so I don't have to level to 10. And the way it's going to be picked is everyone that retweets the tweets, I will write their name on a piece of paper, I will put it in a beanie, and live on stream, I will pull out a name. If the name is Marb, it will be tossed up and thrown away. If it is someone else, you will be the winner.
That was great.
So that's how you...
Except for Marb.
Yeah. So that's how you win. It's a really easy way to get a pretty badass item. So just hit the retweet button. Buns has it up on stream chat for you guys right now. If you aren't aware of Buns' Twitter, it's at FearTheBuns. And if I can remember, I'll put the link in the podcast information, although I'm pretty bad at remembering to put links in those. So just remember at FearTheBuns for Twitter and retweet that status. So with that done, you ready for some shoutouts?
Yeah, man. We're very ready for the shoutout game today.
All right, ready? This is quiet time for a couple seconds, okay?
What we do here is go back.
All right, that is our new shout-out intro. Buns, I guess it'll take a second for you to see it on stream. And why don't you kick off the shout-outs, because I believe you had a birthday, so I'm going to give you a happy belated. And let's hear what you got.
Oh my gosh, thank you. All right. Appreciate it. I have a lot of shout-outs this week. Sometimes I struggle with shout-outs. This week, there's no struggle at all. I have a lot of shout-outs. So, my birthday was yesterday. Holy cow, I almost struggled with that. And I had an awesome stream yesterday. A ton of people. There was a ton of donations, so I want to say thank you to all the donations. Marb specifically sent me a 360 pack of Dum Dum lollipops to my house.
Did you say that just to make me feel bad about automatically kicking him out of the competition?
Yeah. No, it was just part of my shout-out. He sent me a fucking truck.
He's trying to make amends.
So a big shout-out to Marb. Shout-out to DJ Techno, who surprised me today on stream with some awesome artwork. So big shout-out to DJ Techno. Very much appreciated. Huge surprise there. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Hung Wang Oob for hooking me up with a pair of woodworking gloves on the birthday, which was also not expected either and was needed for my boomkin. And I want to give a final shout out to something that hasn't came yet, but Dax sent me the picture that she drew that is currently my Twitch profile picture, and it's on the way. So I want to also give a shout out to Dak.
Is that
a
the
lot
toaster?
Of shout outs there. Yeah, it was ripped.
That is so. I am in love with that. It's that painting. It's so good.
I'm sorry, I have to. Just while I'm on a rip list here of shout outs. This is like the most shout outs I've ever given. A shout out to Felfiend for making the Imgur.
The toaster.
Imgur follower giveaway. The toaster pop-up, dude. So a ton of different contributions there, and I'm really hoping I didn't miss anyone, and if I did, I don't mean it that way. Just a lot of people have been going out of their way to really help out the stream, and it's seriously appreciated, and I just want to make sure that I give shout outs to a lot of people that are helping out. It's very appreciated, man. So I'm off my rip list there. But
and if Buns did miss you, make sure you send him an angry tweet, and he'll try and rectify it next week.
Yes.
That's at Fear the Buns.
Yes.
All right, for my shout out, this one's actually long overdue, and that is to Senor Boots, who made a new 39s recruitment video. If you got, I'm sure a lot of you have not seen this, but he made a recruitment video back in the Wrath days. That was basically the tipping point. Like, I was on the fence. Do I go 39s? Do I not go 39s? I had been leveling one, but I wasn't sure. I saw that video. I'm like, okay, I have to freaking do this now. Well, he came out with a new one, and it is amazing. This one I will 100% put a link to on the podcast notes, and you can also find the video on Twink Info. So please check that out. If you're on the fence about 39s, watch the video, and you should, well, just do 39s because 39s are the best bracket. Nothing you want to say on 39s being the best bracket, Puns?
Hey, you're the moment of silence there. I'm ready to go, man. I don't have to speak.
All right, well, let's go then. The title for this podcast is Impact of Twitch on Gaming, and I believe Twitch has had a pretty big impact on you, Bun, so I feel it's only right that you start this off.
Okay, so this is a huge topic here that we wanted to leave as general as possible, because I think that there's just so many different alleyways we may creep down and try to find our way running back out of, but it's important that I think we cover it, because really, where would gaming be without Twitch? And that's kind of where I want to start this whole conversation. Mm-hmm. I think that, why don't we just start there? Where would gaming be without Twitch? It's a really interesting idea to think about. I mean, Twitch, live streaming in general, I mean, there's been a few other sites as well, too, as the precursor to Twitch. But, I mean, Twitch is the one that's knocked it out of the park at this point, to be fair. Streaming has allowed people to, it's the extension of gaming. Like, for me, one of the cool things about gaming is that I can meet people from all over the world that share the same passion that I do, playing video games, common grounds, different backgrounds, different languages, different ethnicities, different genders, different personalities. It's something similar to, like, going to, oh man, here we go. This is throwback. We're going to basketball references again. It's going down to the local gym, dude. It's going down to the gym. There's going to be pickup games on Saturday, man. Hey, whoever shows up, we're going to get a team going. We're going to find some people. We got a common interest down here. We're going to get games rolling. And you meet a whole bunch of different people that you wouldn't have met otherwise unless you share that common passion. And for me, and I think for a lot of people listening to this cast, obviously gaming is a huge part of that. And I think that everyone in their own gaming experiences so far, no matter what game they're playing, no matter what interest specifically they have in said game, they've found a culture and they've found a community that they latch on to, that they get involved in. They have their heroes, they have their villains, they have their friends, they have their adversaries. You got the whole package there just in gaming alone, which I think is something that sometimes we forget as gamers, and it's something that I appreciate a lot about the 19 community specifically, but also just in gaming in general. And I wanted to set this up as the precursor just to get our thoughts rolling, because gaming at its very basis does that. So what has Twitch done? Well, to me, Twitch has taken this concept. I mean, gaming threw a fastball down the middle of the plate. There were 3 balls, and the coach said swing, and Twitch knocked it out of the park. It is the home run extension of everything that I just embodied there. Twitch has allowed you, the viewer, or you, the streamer, to engage in these communities from a gaming perspective where everyone comes to your channel looking for gaming. I think originally it started off as people come to your channel looking for gaming. Hey, what game is this guy playing? What is he playing something that I play? Oh, I want to give this guy a try. Oh, he's Excalibur in said game. That's really interesting. I want to take a look at this guy. Maybe I can learn something from him. Maybe he has some qualities that I can learn from. Maybe I'm playing a first-person shooter, and he's just this guy's just sniping people, no scopes, coming around corners, just getting every kill, and you're like, oh my god, this guy's a living legend. I want to see the man behind the mask here. And then you get trolled, and he doesn't have a camera. But the point being that there's just there's so many different ways, Yubi, and I guess I want to bounce this off to you right now. So the reason why I want to bounce this off to you is for you personally, can you remember one of the first times that you went on Twitch and you actually watched someone live streaming a game, any game, the first time you can remember? Because I can remember mine.
Honestly, I really didn't think too much about the Twitch thing until you decided to give streaming a go. I'd have buddies that are like, oh, do you watch Hydra or Soda or whomever on Twitch? And if I'm going to be honest, I didn't really get into Twitch until you started doing the streaming, and then you started really getting into it and trying to, I guess, build the community around that I was like, oh, wow, there is more to this. And there's a lot of other stuff I kind of want to say. Actually, you know what I would like to do? You know how you use the basketball reference?
Yeah.
I liken it almost more to a skate park.
Okay.
Where you go to the skate park, and say it's your first time at the park, and you drop down on the mini ramp. There's a bunch of people there, and they're like, oh, he rollerblades too. Okay. Well, let's see what tricks he does. Let's see if he's any good. Let's see if there's someone that's worth talking to. And skate parks, back at the time I'm talking about, we're talking well over a decade ago, they were very spread out. So it was a way to bring the skating community together as you travel to these other places. And they'd be like, oh, what's your AOL IM? And so you'd trade AOL IMs, and then that's how you'd stay in contact. And you'd build the network, and you'd kind of become closer like that. And now with Twitch, it almost works the same way, except you don't have to travel. You can find these people, as you said, that are interested in the same thing, and all they have to do is stop by your channel. And then they can jump in chat, and they can converse with you. You can converse with them. And as technology's improved, you can put that camera up there, and you can have that background. They're like, oh, Buns is a Bulls fan. Sweet, I'm a Celtics fan. F you, Buns. Or it's like, oh, yeah, I'm from the Chi-Town area, too. I love that. Or the Mickey Mouse stuff, or even things where you're getting your computer parts. And it's like, thanks, guys, you contributed to this. And you can show them that. So I guess my first initial foray into Twitch, long-winded answer to get back to where you were, is there isn't a memorable spark for me where I'm like, oh, I just found out this was Twitch. It was more I was brought into it from you and trying to be a part of what you were doing and trying to help you out in any way that I could.
Well, thank you. And that's appreciated. Much love. You know that, though. Mm-hmm. But anyways, getting off of that, for me, I specifically remember the first time that I remember going on Twitch and being like, okay, this is Twitch. For me, Twitch began, let's take it back a little bit here. So I was talking about, originally I think Twitch was there for gaming. Give people an opportunity to stream the games they like playing, build a community around that, promote said games, get more advertising for the games. It really was beneficial to everyone. It's beneficial to the people that make the games. It's beneficial to the people that are streaming the games. It's beneficial to the people watching the games. It's beneficial to Twitch, just running their site, for having more people on their site. A lot of people are benefiting off of it. And it's a positive. I feel like it's a very positive experience. It's a very positive site. And yeah, there's going to be your ins and outs, and there's going to be your troll streams. There's going to be
it's the internet. What do you expect?
Well, absolutely, and I would even argue to the point that that's the variety of Twitch, but let's hold off a little bit there.
Okay.
So I think originally, though, the head thing on Twitch was gaming. Just simply that. I'm not sure what their expectations were, but from where they started to where they are now, it is just blown out of the park. So for me, the first time that I watched Twitch was back in... see, this is 2015, 2014. I think that it was, I want to say it was 2014, early summer. Is that being fair?
I feel like it had to
No,
be
it's not. I think it was 2013.
12.
I think it was 2013. It was 2013, early summer, and I remember the stream. It was XXMD or XXDM. He played a 19 shaman for endorsed by Kujatax, which was basically the resurrection of Noodle Arms. The whole similar to the crew of JCM now. A lot of familiar faces. To give that reference, XXMD, which I think might have actually been Pseudo at the time. I'm not 100%
that fits
positive.
in with the 70s theme, but yeah, I'm not sure if that's the same person or not.
He streamed their pre-mades versus Gino's Guild, I believe, and Skill Ratio.
Okay.
Or Watown back at the time, I don't remember. That was the first time I watched Twitch. And it wasn't even through Twitch, it was from going on Twink Info. Here's a stream link to watch the pre-mades. Here's the games, you can watch them live. And I'm like, oh shit, like this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then I also remember being like, oh my god, this guy is an orc shaman, but he's human. And I was like, what the fuck? That was also the first time I saw T-Morph. And I was
My
like,
brain
what
is
is
breaking.
going on? Yeah. So I got double dipped there in my first opening. I was like, what is going on here? Little Charlie, oh my god, I'm blanking on that. Whatever. Anyways, so for me, the initial thing was, I get into gaming. I mean, I got into Twitch literally for the gaming content, really for seeing the games. And I think that I really got behind that idea that it was just like, oh, this is just a way for people to see the games. And I didn't necessarily watch all the big channels. I liked watching a lot of the community stream channels from 19s, 20s, 29s. I didn't really get into the big picture, like, other areas until probably a year after that. I started realizing, like, holy cow, like, there are this many other channels that have this many other things going on. You know, for me, I started my channel probably in the fall of 2013 for free-to-play. My original channel, which is different than the current channel.
Oh, you had the most ridiculous name. It was so long. What was
HB
it?
Twink Fear the Buns 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which also shows that, like, I just didn't care. Like, it was just a link that I put up on Twink Info for people to watch me play the quality of the game. Didn't really care about the content that was going on. Didn't really care about interaction. I just kind of cared about, you know, getting our guild server out there. And I say guild server because free-to-plays didn't have guilds, technically.
Yeah,
so it was like Urson, Korgath. Yeah, both of those. So for me, it was an extension to show people the gameplay of the bracket and promote Twinking, promote our server, promote my gameplay. And I think that at the basis of Twitch, that's probably the very basis of what they expected. But it's turned into something far beyond what I could imagine. To me now, like, I would personally, you can go on Twitch now. You can find streams where they're literally just talking like us. We're not even playing the game. Heck,
Yeah, I mean,
we're
they
talking
introduced
about
it a
games.
gaming talk show channel on Twitch.
Absolutely. There's various channels under certain games where, yeah, they play the game. They play really casually, though. They're just funny people. It's almost like a reality TV show. Go watch Raj Patel. reality TV show right there. Literally just put it on Twitch. It's hilarious. And he doesn't even play the game that much. He just, like, he brings people in, has a funny time, has a blast. Like, it's nuts, man. Like, he's a goofball. Like, there's just different flavors of what you can get on streaming. You still have, like, and then you can go to League. You can watch some of the top players, competitive players in the world compete against each other. Or Riot Games, who's literally taken the step, like, beyond any other channel and has basically made it a professional gaming stream with commentary, analysis. It is, like, that is so much fun to watch, and I don't even play League. Like, I dabbled in League, and that was it. Like, I love watching the LCS. They are so professional about it, and they also have a good time. Like, you can tell that everyone behind the LCS, which is League of Legends, the production there, it is serious, and they take it serious. There's a ton of money going into League, and a ton of money they're putting into it. But you can tell that, like, that people are having a good time. It's organic. It's something that's positive. Like, it's really hard. It's hard to find something on Twitch, honestly, that's not a positive experience. Like, everything about Twitch is so positive. I love that about the site. There's nothing like, sure, there's people that'll heckle you and chat and yada yada, but it's like the content people are putting out is all positive, man. Like, I love that about Twitch. And you can find it in just so many different forms. It's the extension of gaming in the sense where I know this person for their avatar. I know this person for their character. I know this person because of their legend, their forums, what they do in the forums. I know this person because of their reputation, their standards, their rating. And it extended it. I guess the extension from there, I keep saying extension, but really, the next step from there is like, I know this person, he's in my guild. I go on TeamSpeak, I go on Skype, I go on Vent, I go on Curse. You know, I know this person, like, vocally. I know this guy. Like, he's a friend of mine. He's an associate of mine. I've played with this guy before. And Twitch has taken it the step farther and has made it basically a reality gaming show. That's pretty much how I want to put it. In my mind, it's like you basically go on someone's channel now. You get to see them playing their character, and I would say probably 70% of streamers, and probably 95% of high-end streamers have a camera. You actually get to see the person behind the character and what they do, what they're like, what their personality's like, what they are interested in. It's an extension of that. Like, the Twitch community, like, I don't watch TV that much anymore. Like, I will literally turn on Twitch. Like, there are channels that I will watch when I'm not grinding on my own channel. And that's the fun thing. It's a give and take thing. So for someone like myself who's just been grinding so hard, moving my way up the ladder for my Twitch channel that I've been working on, I can also sit back and enjoy other people's streams and be like, wow, like, this guy does a good job. Like, I like what he does here. Maybe there's some things I can take here, and I want to take this in a different direction because this is what I'm passionate about. Or, oh, I don't like this about said channel. I don't like his... for me personally, I'll tell you a few things. I like watching channels more so than not that are funny and have someone that's actually interesting behind the character rather than someone sitting there who is just glued to his computer that's just the best at the game. And I know there's people that have their preferences. For me, I would rather watch someone who's a goofball and loses every game if they're funny. That, to me, like, that's the flavors of Twitch now that they bring. You've got people of all ethnicities. You got people of all genders, different ages. Heck, there was a guy I saw one time who literally embodied the fact that he looked like Santa, and he was like 50, 60, was having a blast, had a Santa hat on, and was playing... was doing dungeons at high-end World of Warcraft. And I was like, that's good for you.
Well, then,
like, that's fun.
What do you think about this, then? Because I kind of think of... I was going to use a skate park reference, but I realize the majority of people aren't going to get it. So I'm going to go to, say, a lunch table in high school. Each table you're at, like, during your lunch session period, whatever, in high school, has a different group of people, and therefore it will have a different sort of conversation, a different feel to the conversation, and talk about different shit. And Twitch offers a lot of different lunch tables and offers you the choice of, I'd like to sit down at the table where people are playing League of Legends, or I'd like to sit down at the table where people are playing Warcraft, or maybe you want to even get close and like, I want to sit on the end of the table where people are playing Warcraft and people are playing Twinks. And then it really comes down to, is this a good conversation to be a part of? So like you were saying, where it's, you would rather be in the channel where the guy's cracking jokes, having a good time, and incorporating everyone else that's sitting around him. Like, those are different parts and different things that Twitch can do. So your Twitch channel can become more than just you playing a video game. It can
Absolutely.
be you sharing the experience with other people of like mind, and kind of almost bring them in and form a group of friends, which you otherwise never would have had. But Twitch is an extension of, which basically almost all of these games, I mean, even if you think about first-person shooters, they're basically an MMO experience. You're playing with other people. And this is an extension of that to incorporate other people you otherwise wouldn't meet, to bring you in your, I don't know, quote-unquote gaming family.
To me, Yubi, it's really, I like the lunch table analysis. There's one thing that I think is a little bit missing, and I can't find the perfect example. The perfect example, it would be, no, you know what? Actually, lunch tables would be perfect with a little bit of setup for me. The setup would be, you know the draw, and you know the top, you know what you're getting into by sitting at that table. You know the draw for going there. Mm-hmm. You know who the people are, but you want to get to know them more. And I think that's maybe the little latch on for me.
So it's like, oh, the table ran out of seats, but you're going to take a chair from the table behind it. And you're like, yo, can you move over a little bit? Just scooch over. Let me squeeze in a little bit.
Yeah, you want to see what's going on there. Yeah. You want to see what's going on. You want to get involved in Twitch. You want to get involved in their channel. Maybe you've heard things about them. You've heard things from a friend about them. You've heard things about their channel. Let's take it back to Twitch. So, like, you've heard things about their channel. You've seen them advertised in certain areas on Twitter or Facebook or something like that. You've heard, for me, it's the allure. It's the background. It's what pulls you in. Like, what makes you want to go there in the first place? Was it an accident? Because most of the time, sure, in some cases, yeah, you stumble upon it. But for more cases than not, for me, I get pulled in from hearing things, or maybe just simple as the title. Like, what's the title on the cover? Is it goofy? Like, do you get pulled in by that? I think you nailed it on the head when you were talking about that. Twitch has now its own community. Like, I literally talk to people, and this is how I model my stream. I want my stream, and I focus on this every day. It's something that's huge for me, and I think it's the most important thing about my belief in what I want an ideal Twitch stream to be like. Mm-hmm. I want to go to the channel to enjoy being and listening to and all the benefits of being connected with the person rather than what they're doing. And I think if a person has a good attitude, is interactive, has a character themselves, is funny, usually helps as well too. Like, I get hooked on the person rather than what they're playing. Like, and I think that a lot of people now, this is good that we're transitioning into that, because I think that now Twitch has been out for a few years. It's getting big. Amazon bought it. Like, it's getting big. I was going to
say, Amazon purchased it for $970 million. That gives you an idea of not only how big Twitch is, but how big Amazon thinks it's going to be. Because you don't spend $750 million on something if you don't think it's going to be growing significantly in the future.
No, absolutely. And I think the sky's the limit. Honestly, this is Twitch is going to be the gateway of segueing people from watching TV to watching people play games. It is the gateway.
And you know what Twitch offers? The way you kind of set it up, now it's probably going to be lost on you, but for some older people, it'll make sense. Like, think of your Twitch channel as Cheers, and the person streaming is Sam Malone. You're the bartender serving everything out. Everyone wants to come in, know you, be friends with you. You're, I guess, the cool guy of the group, and everyone wants to come in and be like, hey, let's have a drink. What's up? And you're like, yeah, come on, man. Let's have some fun. Join in on the stream. Let's all do something together.
Absolutely. And I think that what you said at the end there is the key part. It's like, I want to be involved in something where I feel included. I want to be involved in a community that is like-minded, similar characteristics, someone that embodies that and stays true to that. Yeah, whatever those characteristics may be, that's up to your discretion, and that's probably why you're watching said channels. But
when you log in, let's say like for your stream, there's going to be regulars, and those regulars are going to get to know each other. So they know, like, yo, Buns is streaming. Not only can they jump in and converse with you and watch you play, but there'll be some other people in chat where it's like, oh, what's up, Conk? What's up, Dids? What's up, Fellfiend? And you'd be like, oh, it's good to see you. And they can talk while watching you, have some conversation amongst themselves. New people can ingratiate themselves in, become part of what's going on. And then also be like, Buns, man, you were slacking on that Night Elf racial. What's going on, dude? I thought that was your thing. Step up your game.
I should have melted the Hodge. What am I doing? Like,
exactly.
I just need to make that play.
You know, so you have, like, there's different levels of interaction that can take place within a Twitch stream. And I think that's something that's really cool and possibly overlooked or underrated when looking at really what all goes into a Twitch stream.
And you know what? Here's what I want to say too. Being someone that, I'm very involved in Twitch at this point. I run my own channel. I think most of you guys who are regulars know that. Twitch.tv/fearthebuns. I stream every day at this point from 1 to 2 Eastern. Having a schedule I think is important too, because successful streamers that are really, you can count on being there at certain times on whatever their schedule is every day, 5 days a week, no weekends only. At least they have a schedule. You get consistent basis. I think it's important that you have a consistent basis. Being able to really go in, identify what you want your stream. What do you want your stream to give off on someone that joins in? Like, one of my biggest things, personally, for someone who's, I guess, been grinding, up-and-coming streamer, my full passion's towards it at this point. You sold me, Twitch. Like, I love Twitch. Everything about it's great. It's an extended, what I was going to say immediately, Yubi, is an extended, in a sense, it's an extended, like, live forum that you build your own community around, and that everyone gets to act and have their say in live while you're watching the person and watching their reactions and watching what's going on in their house and watching them playing the game and watching the chat and watching the interactions in chat. There's just so many things.
You know, I think
going on at once.
How you're saying the live in the immediacy of the interaction really fits into kind of where the culture's currently at. Like, you can throw a tweet out in a second. You can throw a text out. YouTube video goes out. You want your comments up, and you can just put that up, and you expect responses almost immediately if you send something out to someone. If it's Twitch, I mean, that is the most immediate form of both give and take that's possible. And given that we're seeing video games kind of rise as the kind of, in a sense, the dominant cultural norm of, say, your age group, and I'm sure it's going to be even more so for those coming up, there's a chance that you're going to see competitive esports really start to shine. I mean, you already have things
no
like
doubt in my mind.
League of Legends putting in basically their version of a fantasy football league, which I've kind of touched on it in past podcasts, but it's insane and so freaking smart. It's done so much for NFL. I don't even want to go down that road, but it's huge to incorporate those things, and taking esports from having like old man Crothers like, why the fuck would you watch a video game? Why would you watch someone else play this video game? Well, there's a real easy retort to that. Why would you watch someone else play a sport?
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
And with video games, this is something you mentioned earlier, which I thought was a real poignant point, that it breaks down all cultural divides. You can play a video game with a wide array of disabilities that you otherwise could not participate in, say, physical activities like football. I mean, I was really good at football when I was little, but I kind of didn't grow enough to become someone that was going to go much further. You know, I was amazing at basketball, but I'm 5'11". I am no Allen Iverson, you know, like you kind of get capped. But with video games, it doesn't matter. And especially when you have Twitch, your physical presence or however you interact socially in school, you can throw all that out the window. It's how do you interact with all these people purely on a social level. You can have the choice to be a douche and be known as a douche, and that's your mark you're going to make. Or you can jump in and you can be like, yeah, I just like to be a good dude streaming some games, or I'd like to be part of this community that HB is making. It's your choice how you present yourself to literally the entire world, because that who has the option of both watching, reading, responding, and writing to what's going on.
And the crazy thing is, UB, that I want to go immediately off of after that, actually nailed, I'm going to hammer it in.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally do anything you want. You can have any personality that you want as long as you commit to it and are honest to it.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense that you could be an asshole, you could run an asshole stream, you could be a dick to everyone, and there'll be a lot of dicks that don't want to watch your stream.
Yeah,
if you're,
I mean,
if you're 100% honest, like if you're,
it's Baskin Robbins, man. There's 31 flavors. Everyone likes one of them.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's like the variety is crazy. So then you have all different people like coming in for different reasons, and you have different environments. And the environments, the crazy thing is the environments, one person could be streaming from New Zealand, one person could be streaming from Oregon, one person could be streaming from Brazil, one person could be streaming from England. Like, pick and choose spots in the world, and you probably would have never met these people even through gaming. You probably would have not met most of the people that are on Twitch just through gaming.
Yeah.
And then you might not have met the people that you meet through Twitch unless Twitch was there in the first place, which then makes you ask, oh my God, what if this channel wasn't here? What is this channel? Has this channel had an impact on my life? And it's like you step back and you're just like, whoa, I guess it's just a massive ball of live interactions that can have an impact on your daily life.
It's like
And
Twitch.
for me, I'm sorry, I'll cap it off here.
Yeah.
For me, it's like TV 3.0. I skipped 2.0. Like, it's live, active forums. You get to watch the person playing the character, interact with them while they're playing that character, and talk to the people all over the fucking world that are watching this person play. It is crazy. And then on top of that, you know, the people that are putting in the streamers that are putting in all this time and all this effort through Twitter, Facebook, promotions, giveaways, you know, it's an opportunity also for people to really give and take, like in the sense that streamers, you know, sometimes they have followers or they have follower plays, or they have subscriber plays where they get to play with people that have supported them. And then in turnaround, you have people that, you know, continuously subscribe, help benefit this guy who's streaming, continue going through his passion and having an impact on people's lives. Or through donations and other things. It's just crazy how much of an organic feel, and how it's really pretty surreal when you break down Twitch. It is a really positive place in the world that the gateway has just opened up.
I'm actually trying to kind of feeling that Twitch is almost like a spider web, and you're the spider in the middle of it. And when you get that tweet, you get that new follow, like you get that ripple, and you can feel it. And you can kind of decide, do you want to go over, do you want to do something about it, or do you want to ignore it? And then Baldytron just brought something up. I don't know if this is exactly where he's going with it, but it's kind of leading me to this. And that's, when the 19 Twink Cup happened, I watched it on my TV via an Xbox app. I didn't watch it on my computer.
That's crazy.
And so basically I have a big screen, you know, and I'm watching you playing or you commentating on a game. And I have Rise on the headset. And, like, we're taking notes and shit because, you know, we were doing the interviews and stuff. We're like, this is amazing. And it was the greatest thing ever.
It is. And it is crazy.
Like,
I'll let you go on. You're
like,
still.
Can you imagine the Twink Cup without Twitch?
Absolutely not. No.
I mean, how fun would it be to watch it after the fact? I mean, yes, you get something out of it, but it's not nearly the same as watching the event live. And as the technology's expanded, as I was saying earlier, and you can put the cameras in there and all that such, the players themselves have evolved and expanded to the point where you can actually put on events. And how you were saying LoL runs like professional level streams and such. I mean, you're basically watching a professional sporting event. It just has the esports moniker to it. And it can provide that same level of entertainment, in-depth analysis. You can be engrossed just as much, but in a completely different setting that's going to take a while for people to adjust to and accept, even though it has been rapidly expanding and the paradigm has been shifting pretty significantly over, I'd say, the past 5-ish years or so. But it's still going to take more time. Like
towards gaming.
Yes,
gaming.
yes.
Twitch.
Yes.
Okay. For me, personally, I like playing video games now because of Twitch. And it's not the other way around. It used to be the other way around, which brings us back to the very beginning of the conversation. Like, I like playing the game because I like playing the game. I like the content. I like what it brings. I think that there's still something to be said for that. I think most people could still be... I think you could have people on either side of the fence there. For me, I'm on the side of Twitch. I think that there's a lot of people that, and I mean personally, that still enjoy playing the game. I mean, heck, I'm not playing a game that I'm not going to enjoy. Like, Jesus. Like, don't do that to yourself. Don't play a game that you're not going to enjoy. That's like... just a side note there, like, for people that are trying to stream, don't play a game you don't enjoy, man. That's a huge thing, and I'm just gonna side note there, but like, playing games that are enjoyable, at least, that's good. But the point that I'm trying to make is, like, that's now me playing the game is a backseat to me interacting with the people that are watching me play the game and that are benefiting, helping me grow a community, helping me create a live environment where people can feel like they can express themselves, talk openly, feel good about themselves, bounce off other people that have common interests. Like, that is what is completely captured my mind about Twitch. And there are very few areas in the world, in my opinion, that have such a positive outlet and is that easily accessible to not only get involved with on a streaming or content level, but also get involved with on a casual or viewership level. I mean, it is actually insane, and I would challenge someone to find an opportunity greater than Twitch with so much positivity and so much variety. And it really is mind-boggling. And I think to a lot of people, that's probably the right word. Like, you ask someone like of an older generation, what is Twitch? Like, they might not even know. I mean, they might have heard it. They might have heard it here first. They might have heard about Twitch first through the Jimmy Kimmel Show, which came out a few weeks ago, and just completely was like, oh, why would you watch someone play, video games, yada yada? No, let's watch the people watching video games. Blah, blah. Like, okay, so they went on that rant. Like, that was pretty ignorant and whatever sells views.
I missed that, but it's been coming up in stream chat the entire time. and I feel like I need to watch that. But yeah, continue.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, and it's just something that it looked like he did.
But it's indicative of a different generation. It's indicative of people of a different mindset.
And the point I want to really bring it to, Yubi, is what you said again. This is great. Look, we're bouncing off each other. We are bouncing off each other right here, having a live stream on Twitch that's getting recorded, that's going to go out on Twitter, that's going to go out on iTunes, that's going to go on all these different medias that wouldn't happen with Twitch. And you said something here live that inspired me to say this. You said, sports, if someone asks, why would you watch someone play a video game? Well, why would you watch someone play sports? It's the exact same thing. You have some attachment to their persona, their team, their character, the sport they're playing, the quality of the sport they're playing. Maybe you know someone on the team. Maybe you work there. Maybe you're an employee. Mm-hmm. There's all these different connections, and it's just changing it in a different, more accessible, and in my biased opinion, more positive environment than sports.
Well, what's more accessible than a video game? I mean, let's actually think about this for a second. What is more accessible than playing a video game? If you're playing a video game, there really is one significant factor that's going to determine whether or not you're participating, and that's economic. If you're trying to participate in a sport, you have economic, you have physical, and a lot of times confidence on whether or not you want to go out and make the team, or maybe you're scared if you're going to get cut, so you just don't do it. You can log in to play World of Warcraft for free at this point. You just need an internet connection. But I would also argue that through playing something like World of Warcraft, if you start doing something like Twitch, if you start ingratiating yourself in the community, and I've seen this happen with a lot of people that I know in the game, they've actually built a certain degree of self-confidence they didn't have before. I have friends that would be devastatingly terrified of talking in vent. But I'd be like, just get in. Just sit there, don't talk. And then like kind of a week goes by, they're like, oh, okay. They'll say something else. Next thing you know, 6 months later, they're like, the most social motherfucker you've ever met. And then let's move that to Twitch, and you have someone that's maybe too scared to make any of those steps, but all they have to do is say hello in a Twitch stream. And then they hear you say, oh, hey, what's up, man? And that's a little bit of a boost. And they're like, oh, what are you playing? What are you doing? That's a little bit more encouragement, a little bit more of a, like you said, positive encouragement or reinforcement. And that's, I think, in a way, another thing that gets overlooked in this whole video games becoming more prominent, in that it allows people that otherwise wouldn't have a social outlet and otherwise wouldn't be able to interact with people on the basis that maybe their peers do in high school, college, middle school, whatever it is. It allows them to do this in a way because it doesn't matter about anything other than them just saying hi and just talking. There's no pretense to any of it. It's all how you present yourself through text.
Absolutely. And we've been talking about things on such a large level that I'm happy you were able to zone in there on something that's just one person in 1,000. Hey, you know, maybe you write a message in, and your favorite streamer that has so many viewers, he responds to you. Like, how? Like, that's probably going to make you feel great. Like, if you get that response back, you feel good, you get the positive activity. Even on just any stream, just getting that communication, getting that that one-on-one, you feel like you're in the room with the person. And that's...
Yeah. In a way that sports never... They just can't. For obvious reasons. But they just can't do it. And that's something that this Twitch thing gives you. Actually, I keep cutting you off. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I think that's fine. This is great. Like, this is very, organic. Like, it's, it's hard to be in the room. Right. Let's do this. So Twitch gives you an opportunity. For me, a streamer that's having a positive stream, regardless of viewers, that has an interesting stream to watch, for me personally, is someone that is able, first off, is someone that believes in themselves. And to me, that's probably the most important thing out of anything else. A lot of times, like, you sit there and people, a lot of people, hey, everyone had to start streaming at one point. I had to start streaming at one point. There'd be days where it would just be me and you be sitting and stream when I first started. And there's nothing to be ashamed of that.
No,
and I
you're
think
not going to just start a stream and be like, hey, what's up, guys? I have 50 people watching because they just saw Fear of the Buns and they thought I was fantastic.
Absolutely. Well, absolutely. You've got to go out and you got to meet people. And I think that people think of Twitch who are just starting streaming. So let me I'm going to gear this in a weird direction, but it's going to be beneficial for the conversation. So let's say I'm someone that's been streaming on Twitch. Or someone that's been watching Twitch. I'm someone that's been watching Twitch. I like getting involved in the communities. I like getting active. Hey, but I also play, and I'm kind of at the point where it's like, well, I just got a new computer, or I got a new mic, like, maybe I should give it a try. And you're starting a stream. So to me, for people that are starting streams, for people that are, trying to grow a community, trying to grow their channel, trying to get an organic, active community on their stream, I feel like a lot of times people have expectations and have certain marks they want to hit, some goals. To me, I know personally I had goals, I had marks I wanted to hit, and it's been much more of a grind than I thought it is, but honestly, man, it's so productive. Like, that's why the quality of my stream, like, at this point, you have to kind of go through that grind, in my opinion, to really turn out and find the values of yourself and find out what you really want your channel to be about. But the biggest tip that I can give to someone that is starting to stream is something that I think is really organic on just a healthy basis, and it's be happy with who you are, and if you are genuine with who you are, you'll find other people that will accept you for being genuine. Well, don't be someone that you're not. Be the person that you are, and you're going to have a lot of success with that. So whether that's being a silly, goofy guy who barely plays the game and is strumming on the banjo, or the guy who's glued to his keys and is playing like a monster, or the guy who sits there and has a reality TV show bringing girls on the chat show. Be who you are, because you're going to find people that are going to buy into your authenticity and your being genuine, rather than sitting there being like, oh, like, I need to get this amount of viewers, I'm going to do this to get this amount of viewers. Like, no, man, that's not looking at it the right way. You got to look at it as an organic approach. You got to look at it as like, I want to get to know every single person that comes into my channel, which is a really daunting thing to really think about, and that's a high expectation. But just get to know the newer viewers in your channel. Get to know people, make people feel like they're at home. Make them feel like they're comfortable, because it is more than, Twitch is more than what game you're playing and how you're playing it. It's beyond that at this point. Twitch is, I want to know the person that's behind the character, and I want to, get involved in what they have to offer and have a mutual organic experience.
And I like your use of organic and authenticity. Because if you're playing a game you don't like and you're doing it just because you think it's going to get views, and you're an obvious salty motherfucker and you're hating every second of it, you're probably not going to get that many people watching. But maybe you're doing something that not many people do, but you love doing it, you have fun doing it, and you really enjoy interacting with the people that are tuning in. You never know, maybe you'll develop a following. What do you think about that, Buns?
No, absolutely. And I mean, that's what it's all about, man. It's all about the biggest thing, is just, Twitch is an opportunity to meet people from a viewing standpoint or a streaming standpoint that you would have most likely never met anywhere else, and get to know that person, start having, these experiences, start, getting to know the person, where they from, what's their favorite team, like, why, a lot of things that I like. One question, honestly, that I love asking people is like, how'd you find your way to the stream? And it's as simple as that. Like, how did you find your way here? Like, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate that a lot. Like, how'd you find your way here?
Where did you come from, bro?
And he's like, well, like, yada, yada, I found this. I talked to someone. I saw you here. I saw you there. And it's like, dude, that's awesome, man. Maybe we have another connection here, or, you know, we have similar interests because of that. You know, just build. I think it's important to just get to know the people that are watching your stream, and that can help you reiterate the importance of being authentic, being genuine, and sticking to the mold, sticking to your personality that you want your stream to embody. And that's where I've had a lot of success.
That's
being the person
actually,
that I am.
I'd like to ask you this.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Because that's a very difficult thing for a lot of people to do. To just put themselves out there, be honest, especially when you have a face with it. Like, anyone can make that random internet comment or say whatever when there's no face, there's no name, there's nothing attached to it. How difficult was it for you, and how long did it take for you to be like, fuck, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put it all out. For better or worse, here it is, motherfuckers.
I would say 3 months ago. Maybe even less than that, which might sound really surprising to some people considering how long I've been streaming, because that's crazy. Like, but that goes back to where we were talking at the beginning. I used to stream games, and my channel used to be more about the content of the game, which I still think is important. It's important to play something that you like to play, which we talked about, because people are going to build off of that. I keep using the same words, but they're great. The organic, genuine authenticity of the stream, because you're doing something that you like, and they're going to buy into that. They might even play the game, but they buy into you having such a passion for what you're doing, even if it's not at a competitive level. If it's just you really like what you're doing, I think people buy into that. For me, I used to play and stream to promote 19s, promote the realm I'm playing in, promote the guild I'm playing in, promote my gameplay individually, but it was more about the gameplay. It was about the gameplay, the community, which I think it still embodies. But I realized about 2 or 3 months ago that I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm actually, like, enjoying WoW. I'm enjoying playing the game that I'm playing because of streaming now. And it just, like, hit me one day. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I actually, like, feel better, like, when I stream. Like, and I feel like I'm having an impact on people. Like, I feel like that it's something that's positive for me in my life that other people are building off of. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I can take, like, there are steps here that I can take and I can expand here. It's becoming more about the person. It's becoming more about who's the captain on the ship. Like, who's the man in the mask. Like, I want to get to know this person because of all these reasons, all these qualities, with everything that we talked about to back it up, because I had everything to back it up. I mean, the gameplay was there. You know, I'm passionate about WoW, but I didn't realize, I'm like, wow, like, holy cow, like, I like everyone that I play with, and I love the community. Like, I want to expand the community, and that's something that I've always done, and continue growing the community, but I can do that in a way where it's me.
And it's a unique...
You're watching the stream, right.
It's unique in the sense that, I mean, through the podcast and through your stream, we've had avenues that never existed before, as far as twinking or XP off really is considered. And it's amazing how, kind of the way it's kind of shaped and influenced things, and how different people interact and react to this now being a thing. Like, you've seen more 19s start streaming as a result of the reaction that your stream has got. And I think that's awesome, because it's bringing more attention to the bracket. Wait, what? I want to pour water on that glass. I don't get that. You're going to have to explain that to me. That threw me completely off. I saw all caps did go with LMAO and then your Kappa.
No, I got that. I buy into that. I'm sorry. I'm
gonna have to pick it up there. I completely
no. Okay, so I want to give a few personal experiences of people that I know that I met through Twitch or through the podcast.
You got to go Tira, right?
Stop! You're an asshole. It's not your time to talk. You forgot what you had to say. God damn it. Okay, so on my original stream, HP Twink, Fear the Buns 20. Don't go there. It's a dark avenue. I'm on twitch.tv/Fear the Buns. That's where you'll see my lovely, more mature, deeper voice. Anyways, on my old stream, one of the first actual viewers that I had that wasn't me or Yubi, and I promoted my channel originally just through twinkinfo.com on the free-to-play site, on the free-to-play section. So I had people coming in that were just from the community most of the time, because I would have anywhere between like 5 or 10 viewers. I mean, realistically. Well, one of the people that always kept coming back was Tira, and that was right when I started playing on Urson. And Tira would always talk in chat, and she had like broken English, kind of, but like decent enough where I could understand her. And I'm like, okay, Tira, like, cool. Like, I got to know Tira a little bit. Like, it was one of the first people that I actually got to know because they consistently came on my stream and they would hang out. And when we were building Urson was a free-to-play server that a lot of 19s went on and played during Mists of Pandaria, to give some background. It was kind of an undercover thing, and I started streaming it, and it kind of blew up. And it blew up just because of, like, the fact that we had people live streaming, and there was hype behind being on the server.
Dude, the Earth Knights Unite video is amazing.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh, no, the Beacon of Hope. It's not Earth Knights Unite. The Beacon of Hope.
Yeah, the Beacon of Hope, dude. That video is godly. And I can say that. It's just, you get the shivers every time you watch. I get the shivers every time I watch that video, and I made it, and I'm like, oh my god, like, it's just an era. But besides the point, Tira, back on the server, we didn't really want other people, like, coming and joining. Like, we just had our crew, we'd play, yada, 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 yada. Tira played on EU, didn't care whatsoever, and just made a tune and said she was going to play here.
And then all of a sudden
became... Like, oh, God. And then I was going to be like... honestly, I was like, oh, man, like, okay, like, fine. Like, yeah, that's okay, sure. Like, you're on the stream all the time, like, let's do it. Like, but, like, we didn't really want... We wanted to play with people that were in our group, that we know were going to play there. And Tira ended up being, like, one of the only people that... Well, I shouldn't say that. Tira is one of the main people that I got to know really well through streaming. It started from streaming chat, to her just participating, talking to me all the time while I'm playing, to her refusing to not make a tune on Urson and just started playing with us, to us being in Skype calls, to us hanging out, to us being in our, like, 5-man groups, to us playing, to us, like, fishing together, like, so yada, yada, yada.
And then I think it finally came to the point where Tira and I were, what, your grandparents?
Yeah, something. I don't. Tira's always like, I'm old. I can't. I'm not going to do the Tira voice. That would be mean.
No, but Tira's, like, the same age as I. And there was, like, a running joke where it's like, I think it was like, she's your grandma and I'm like your grandpa or something like that.
Something like that. Like, it was funny. So I met Tira completely through streaming. Is the point that I wanted to make out of that. Another person that I think that we've met, it's this a little different but in the same. I think we've met Diddle through streaming in the podcast.
Yes, we did. And that's, if you didn't mention him, was going to be my yes.
Yeah, we've met Diddle through the podcast, through the live stream, and he's been just an awesome guy that we've got to know on pretty much a consistent daily, weekly basis, who's just an awesome, genuine guy that we would have never met if it wasn't for Twitch, if it wasn't for the live podcast, if it wasn't for everything put together. Another person that's been a positive impact on both mine and Yubi's life that we probably would have never met otherwise.
No, and I actually want to drive the Dids point home further. He put up over $100 for the Twink Cup, offered, I think, $48K in funding for players for the Twink Cup, fully funded my 19 Alliance Resto Sham, gave away what was it, the Windwalker package, but people wanted the Mistweaver instead, so he did that. Speaking of which, I still have the Windwalker package we need to give away at some point. And during the Twink Cup, joined in to partake in some commentary and interviews. And none of that would have happened if not for Twitch and if not for the podcast.
And the point that drives that home is Diddle's with us today live on the stream.
Yeah, right?
On our live stream on twitch.tv/bisnation, Tuesdays at 6:30 Eastern. Okay, we were a little late today, but fuck off. But he's here. He's with us again today. And he said in chat, got me twinking. That goes back to everything that we've embodied. And I almost want to end it right here. Everything that we've talked about where Twitch started off as gaming, but it has just taken off to something else. It is about the people behind the gaming. It's about the people behind the avatar, the character. Heck, we didn't even know. We didn't play with Diddle. We didn't know Diddle outside the podcast. Mm-hmm. This whole connection happened because of the podcast, because of the live streaming, because of him finding it. And now he's part of a community that everyone plays in on a daily basis. I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy. That's crazy. You can't tell me that there are too many places in the world where you can just meet up with someone anywhere in the world and have an impact on their lives. They have an impact on your lives, and next thing you know it, like you're commentating the Twink Cup.
It's indicative of the whole thing and I think it's much more relevant to us because we are very community driven in what we do in this game. But Twitch can be, and in both of our opinions, should be a community experience. Absolutely. And when we're playing XP off, if you're playing XP off, it's a community thing. Even if you're the J.R. Smith of the community, you're still part of it. Otherwise, these games would not happen. And when you are able to branch out, whether it's through our podcast or it's through Twitch, and reach other people that otherwise would have no idea, I mean, that is something special. As corny as it may sound, it's pretty fucking cool. And I appreciate everyone, that listens, watches, responds. And I've loved seeing how your channel has grown into something special.
Absolutely. I want to end it like this, and this is very corny, but I want to just say thank you to Twitch, because honestly, there's just so many things that have, on a daily basis, that just have positive impact on my life, and have a lot of positive impact on everyone else's life, and they made that accessible. And I'm not sure that they even realized the potential initially of where this whole live streaming reality show adventure would have taken them. But the live forum community, the hype behind tournaments, the hype behind certain streamers, the hype behind getting to know the players, the hype behind meeting people in the chat, the hype behind meeting people all over the world with different ethnicities, different cultures. It's just crazy. And there's not too many other places in the world where this is offered, and you can support people that are giving you the content on a very live, active basis, and they give back to the people that are supporting them, watching them every week. It's just an amazing, positive experience, and I just want to say thank you for making that accessible to everyone. Like, honestly, like, that's pretty crazy, and probably a really bold idea at the start, but I think it paid off.
I don't think there's anything else to say on that other than juicy jams, Buns.
Numa Numa by Ozone.
I hope this is not another Drake entry.
No, it's Numa Numa. You know that song.
I'm sure I do. When you I actually kind of like that song. All right. Dude, keep going.
No, it's okay.
You're done? Okay.
I'm
going to go Atmosphere, Guns, and Cigarettes.
Okay. We got two diverse songs coming in.
it's about as far at both ends of the spectrum as we could possibly get, my friend. Oh, shit. All right. You can find us at twitch.tv, bisnation, or Fear the Buns. Also find us at bisnation on Twitter, Fear the Buns on Twitter, the BIS Nation on YouTube. Anything else I'm missing here, buddy?
I'm just going to replug twitch.tv/fearthebuns, 1 to 2 Eastern every day. 1 to 2 Eastern PM every day. See you guys there. Thank you for all the support that was given this week, and as always, every day. And I look to see more faces in the chat coming soon. Hope you decide to stop by.
All right. I believe Fell Fiend